Unsafe truckers taken off the road nationwide. The local company now facing brand new accusations. The U.S. Department of Transportation targeting fraudulent trucking companies, an effort to keep commercial drivers and everyone else on the road safe. Earlier this year, a 3-day enforcement operation took nearly 2,000 unqualified truck drivers and vehicles off the road. And now allegations against a suburban company are coming to light. Casey Cronus has the latest from Elmhurst.
An Elmhurst company is at the center of a federal class action lawsuit that alleges drivers are underpaid and forced to push their limits behind the wheel. Super Ego Holding, based in Elmhurst, is being sued by several drivers for breach of contract, civil conspiracy, and deceptive business practices. There are 12 named plaintiffs, but nearly 800 others have also joined the suit. The lawsuit, originally filed in 2022, alleges the company engaged in a widespread, long-standing scheme to defraud semi-truck drivers and steal part of their compensation.
It turned out that many of the drivers had actually received rate confirmation sheets, which are two-page documents that come from freight brokers and memorialize the price of the load that they hired for Super Ego. They said that they had obtained real rate confirmations from the freight brokers listing one price, and Super Ego had sent them secretly altered rate confirmations reflecting a lower price.
Attorney Chris Wilmes, who represents the drivers, says they were promised 88% of the revenue from each load they hauled, but claims the company was skimming off the top.
The drivers allege that they were paid less than 88%. They also allege that Super Ego charged them more than their contract allowed for the price of fuel.
In some cases, he says it resulted in a negative balance on their paycheck.
Certain drivers allege that Super Ego would allow them to reset their clocks so they could drive over the DOT limits, and I think there are some drivers that felt the pressure to do that just so they wouldn't end up with a negative paycheck.
Super Ego has also been accused of acting as a so-called chameleon carrier, trucking companies with violations that shut down and reopen under different names. And now the U.S. Department of Transportation is weighing in. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration says it is taking aggressive action to root out chameleon carriers for the threat they pose both to American families on the roads and the integrity of our trucking industry. Our hardworking and law-abiding carriers deserve a system that is fair, transparent, and free from bad actors who cut corners and cause chaos. We've made several attempts to reach Super Ego Holding for comment, but have not received a formal response. An employee I spoke with over the phone told me we had the wrong number, and emails to the company's founder have gone unanswered. In Elmhurst, Casey Cronus, Fox Chicago.